Welcome back to more Legacy of Kain Defiance, and today we see what's through that Stargate. But first, secrets. Even though I'm going to miss several. I think I've missed 2 as Raziel.
Here the images were unadulterated, and their meaning ominously clear. The vampire hero, the bearer of the Reaver Blade, was confronted by an adversary worthy of his powers. The enemy race, long banished, had a champion of their own, with flaming eyes and a fiery sword. The resemblance I bore to the adversary mocked all my hopes. Had Kain been the vampire hero of prophecy all along? Did he suspect what I was? For if I was this foretold adversary, then Mobius was right, and had always been right. I was destined to fight Kain and destroy him, or be destroyed. What part did free will play in any of this?
Well, Raziel, you'll just have to find out. The Hilden Savior doesn't exactly look like Raziel, but that's fine. There are similarities, as I pointed out several videos back. What awaits us down here? Whee!
Your deliverance is at hand. In death is your release.
This state is merely atonement.
Oh boy, Key, one of the worst boss fights in the game. And it's more Temple Guardians with a bunch of Slua. Hooray. Honestly, I think they're what makes this fight the worst. But the Guardian I'm going to focus on mostly at first is also a problem. This seems to be the more aggressive of the two. But the Slua do not help this at all. They really make this fight suck. I remember my original playthrough, I struggled with this boss fight. And on this one, it wasn't much better except I have save states, which helped. There's just so many enemies to try to deal with when you're Raziel and don't have that great of abilities. At the very least, he's a worse fighter than Kain. Well, that's 1 down, 1 to go. And there's still more stupid Slua hanging about. This other Guardian doesn't really seem to do much. It likes to put a force field around itself, but otherwise, I occasionally notice it shoots stuff at Raziel, but that's about it. It's really the other one that's a pain. I'm just trying to keep up the hurt, even if it's not doing anything. I hate those invulnerable states that some enemies in this game get. It drags out the combat encounters and makes things less fun. Not a fan. But we are almost done. The footage I edited out was longer than this boss fight. That is another issue with this game. So far, the boss fights have been just Temple Guardians. Nothing interesting. Alright, well, I just want to leave, but at this point, I was pretty pissed at these Slua. Fuck all of you guys. You all suck. Been taking your guff for far too long. And unfortunately, this is not where I need to be. Which blows ass. Although we do come in here later. Yeah, this was just pure irritation because I've been dealing with their shit this whole game. Not in large quantities, mind you, but when they show up, they are annoying. And I think they are the most aggressive in this game. And they're still running around. The hell? Quickly, get to the body. Excelente. Now, we can get a new toy. This is the water temple after all, and this is a really good Reaver element.
Once more, the Reaver absorbed the spirits of the former vampire guardians, and thus was imbued with the elemental power of water. Perhaps now I could enter that mysterious crypt at the end of the garden.
He didn't even say which guardians he killed this time. And I didn't pay attention, so I'm not sure which ones we took out. Doesn't matter. Get that upgrade piece. Muy excelente. I've mentioned before I miss a couple of Raziel's upgrade pieces, but it doesn't end up mattering. Then again, that's easy for me to say because I have save states. Again, this just feels like flipping switches. It's not necessarily a bad idea, but this seems to be all we do with these Reaver forms, is use them to put things out or activate things. I say that, and we do get a cool use of this Water Reaver. As you can see right there, we can use water to make platforms. This is one of only 3 times we do this in the game, unfortunately. We will do this once in the final Reaver temple. Or I count it as the final elemental Reaver temple at least. There is one more Reaver type that we'll have to get. I'm just trying to not fall. In this case, it makes sense you would use a Water Reaver to put out fire, or the Fire Reaver to light things on fire. It does make sense, it's just, it feels too much like flipping switches. The idea is solid, the execution is iffy at best. And it is nice to see some more geometry manipulation with the Spectral Realm. I approve. I just have to remember to switch back to the Water Reaver. It is very important to learn the order that these Reavers are in. These elemental types, if you will. That way you can quickly switch between the two. Especially if you have trouble seeing the symbol like I do. I can do it, but it isn't easy, and I can't do it while focusing on playing the game. There is going to be something we're going to have to do later in the game that we will need to switch between the Reavers pretty quickly. Although, to be fair, I never fail the timed event, so I'm not sure how much time you actually have to do what we're going to have to do. Go away, Shades. You're just insecure because you're puffy clouds and you don't have a body. That's not Raziel's problem. That is a you problem, not a Raziel problem. So I believe this is video 4 of running around Vorador's place. This will conclude Vorador's place for now. We will come back here later. Unfortunately, not as Kain. Be sure to switch out Reaver elements as needed. As you can tell, I don't always show me making those changes. I trust the viewer to do that for themselves. Fuck all of you guys. You both suck. Or all of you suck. However many there are there. I don't care. It would actually benefit me to take these guys out. Unfortunately, I didn't do that. It's not a big deal. I will just have to fight them later. Well, I hope I killed a few of them at least. God, these environments are so repetitive. But thankfully, we are almost to our destination. For now. And then you just have to put out a couple of these fires.
So, our wretched little savior returns. Come to join the last pathetic battle of the vampire race? But on which side, I wonder?
I've not come to fight you, Vorador.
You don't know why you're here.
I know this much, that you are the author of my fate, and as such, only you can rewrite it.
You give me too much credit.
You forged the Reaver. I have seen the evidence.
I was its maker, yes?
Then you know its purpose.
No. Only the scraps of prophecy my master shared with me.
And do these scraps explain why you would forge a weapon to imprison your savior?
Ah, well then. It seems we have our answer. You've chosen your path.
I have chosen nothing. I've been deceived at every turn. You seem to know what I am. Tell me.
I thought I did once. But now all the prophecies have failed. The pillars are corrupted. I am the last of my kind, and when Mobius's hunters find me, it will have all been for nothing.
You've forgotten about Kain.
Ah, yes, Kain. I fear he shoulders a greater burden than he realizes. I cannot help you, even if I was inclined to. I crafted the Reaver blade, but only at the behest of my sire, Janos Audron. What sorcery he and the others laid upon the sword afterward, I cannot say.
Janos tried to give me the Reaver before he died. He said that it was forged for me. But what did he mean? As my weapon or my prison?
Perhaps you should ask him yourself.
Janos is here.
In a manner of speaking. The greatest of us all, the father of our race. The Seraphim tore the heart from his living body 5 centuries ago.
But there's no sign of decay. How is this possible after all these years?
Somewhere, the heart still beats, and while it does, the body will remain preserved. If his heart could be restored, Janos might yet be raised.
And you haven't tried to recover it in all these years?
Many times, but our enemies hid the heart too well. It was taken as a trophy to Avernus Cathedral centuries ago, where they christened it the Heart of Darkness. Believing that it embodies the essence of our dark gift, they hid the heart away lest it fall into the wrong hands. Our hands. Redeem yourself. You may be our last hope. Perhaps you alone can find the heart, if it is meant to be found. If Janos can be resurrected, he will have all the answers you require. This key will open your way to Avernus. But be advised, there are dark sorceries at work in the cathedral. You must be on your guard.
Yeah, Raziel, resist the evil forces. Resist! He's not going to resist, is he? I've established he tends to do what others want him to do, regardless. So I don't think he's going to resist the evil forces. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe Raziel will surprise us all. And if they're going to try to resurrect Janos, does that make Blood Omen 2 Raziel and Vorador's fault? I'm kind of thinking it does. Just maybe. This camera angle is so far zoomed out I can't see Raziel. Oh boy, enemies. And yeah, we need to fight these guys because we have to jump up on that. I'm not sure what the hell you want to call it. It's platforming we've done before in this area. They can shoot stuff at you and make it even more annoying than it already is. But you can see the benefit of the Water Reaver. You can freeze enemies with it, which is pretty dang cool. I use this a lot until we get our next element. Then I pretty much go exclusive with that for most of the game. Although there is something else Raziel's going to get, which is even better, but he won't have it for very long. You'll see when we get there. Yummy, yummy souls. All right. One more enemy to dispatch. There we go. That's right, motherfucker. Freeze! I was going to put some music from the series in this part since nothing's playing, but I'm too lazy to bother. So I'm not doing it. This part here, I don't know what you want to call these things. Columns, maybe? Either way, it's an annoying platforming section that would be even more annoying with enemies shooting shit. And they never explain why the Hilden attack Raziel. Are they just like, grr, I'm a Hilden and I'm angry? Or maybe they don't like him because he used to be a vampire. Not sure either way. He could be their savior. They do try to muddy the waters, but you can reasonably guess that Kain is not the Hilden savior. He is a vampire after all. Although that would be ironic. And something this series would do. But I'm not going to spoil anything. Okay, so this is what you're supposed to do. Just jump over there. Don't jump to that other platform. It's easier. And again, more backtracking. It would have been nice to open up a significant shortcut to get where we're going. But we did have a chance to play with the Water Reaver a little bit, so that's always nice. And this camera angle does mess with me a bit. Took me a while to find this pathway. Or doorway, whatever it is. Whatever! But we made it.
Avernus is in flames. and with it, our hopes may evaporate.
How can I find the heart in the midst of such chaos?
You must act quickly. But beware, an ancient evil dwells within, long unspoken among our kind. Undoubtedly, this is the source of the corruption that infects the circle. If you are to succeed, you must resist its influence.
I hate to tell you, Vorador, but I don't think he's resisting anything, but we will have to see. And just wait till you see where the Heart of Darkness is. I remember being surprised when I found out. It's pretty cool, actually. I love how you have to actually click a thing to actually leave. Either way, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time with more Legacy of Kain Defiance.